Hello and good evening. Welcome to Checkpoint this Sunday evening here on KTN News, your only 24-hour news channel in the region. My name is Yvonne Okwara Matole, and it's good to be back. Had taken a short break, but back. And I'm back, and we still are in the campaign mode. So, you know, would have been nice to come back and find a new president, huh? But there we are. All right, so today we have the top stories for you on the show, including a conversation later on at 10:30 that you don't want to miss. And we've managed to speak to Tanzanian opposition leaders who are in the country, checking up on their colleague Tundu Lissu, who was shot earlier in the month and is now in the country for specialized treatment. We talk about Tundu Lissu himself. We talk about the state of democracy in Tanzania, and we also talk about why Chadema is supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta in this election. So that is a conversation you don't want to miss. But on Checkpoint today, we'll be discussing the issue of reforms. Today, NASA leader Raila Odinga said no reforms, no elections. What does that mean? We'll be speaking with a senator from Nakuru County, Susan Kihika, who's also the majority chief whip in the Senate, as well as Honorable Atiende Amolo from Rarieda constituency. We'll be having that discussion here in just a few moments, so don't miss out on that, as well as my take. Of course, you know, I'm back, so that's back too. We'll see you then. That's at about 10:30. But we have all of that and more on our show tonight. And here are the top stories.
We don't want nusumukati. Hatutaki nusumukati.
Ya kwamba atalete fujo na mauaji na kumwaga damu katika taifa letu la Kenya.
Jubilee and NASA woo Nairobi voters in the wake of the controversy over IEBC in the coming election.
The government really had to stamp its authority.
An insight into the background of the new Speaker of the Senate.
Kila mara nikiwaambia wananiambia tu takupatia dawa itaisha tu. Takupatia dawa itaisha.
It's expensive air to breathe for this elderly man who pays for oxygen. And later, an exclusive interview with Chadema MPs on the politics in Tanzania. Welcome to our program. Tonight, our sign language interpreter is Maresha Owiti. Now, NASA this afternoon launched what it termed as a nationwide campaign against the IEBC as currently constituted. In what leaders dubbed the Embakasi Declaration, NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga says the opposition last year instituted electoral reforms and will do it again. Raila says the October 17th repeat poll will only happen if NASA's terms are met.
It was one of those rare occasions that Raila Odinga reads a speech during a political rally. But the Embakasi rally, according to Raila, was not your ordinary one.
Ndio sababu leo tumekuja hapa Embakasi kutoa azimio la Embakasi.
The coalition has been pushing for changes at the IEBC, including the removal of officials led by the IEBC CEO Ezra Chiloba. It has tabled a list of demands to the IEBC, including appointment of new returning officers and having a new printer, aside from Dubai-based firm Al Ghurair, to print ballot papers. And now French firm Safran and Morpho, which supplied election kits, is also on the list of demands.
The company called Safran Morpho from France, which colluded in trying to subvert the will of the people of Kenya, must go.
Tunasema hii kampuni ya Ufaransa ambayo inaitwa Safran, kwanza tunataka tujue local partners wao hapa ni kina nani.
NASA's demands are yet to be met, but the coalition says it will not settle for less.
Chaguzi itafanywa kulingana na masharti ile ambayo NASA imeweka. Inaitwa the irreducible minimum conditions, which must be fulfilled before we go for a repeat presidential elections. We are ready, but we are ready on our own terms.
In 2016, the opposition, then under the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy Code, pushed for changes at the IEBC, which saw a negotiated exit of the Isaac Hassan-led team and the implementation of a raft of electoral reforms. Raila says the coalition will go down the same road again.
Remember the Kivitu Electoral Commission, the Isaac Hassan Independent Electoral Commission, and now the IEBC led by Chiloba. They will not survive.
The Embakasi rally marked the launch of the NASA campaign against any elections conducted by the IEBC as currently constituted.
Bwana Chiloba akikataa kutoka, ataona yale ambaye Bwana Isaka sana wenzake waliona.
The IEBC has indicated Al Ghurair will print the ballot papers based on an existing 2-year contract. And with NASA ruling out any compromise on its demands, the showdown continues with only 29 days to go to the repeat presidential poll. Rita Tinina, KTN News.